guys, I'm Ashley. Welcome back to Ash Heart Books. So today I really wanted to film the rapid fire book tag. This tag's been around for a really long time. It was originally created by Girlreading, and I wasn't tagged or anything like that, but I just thought it'd be a lot of fun. I like the idea of kind of trying to answer the questions as quick as you can because typically I am awful at that. So let's go ahead and get started with the tag. First question, physical book or ebook? Definitely physical book. I do read a lot of ebooks just because of like ease and money, but I definitely love physical books best. Paperback or hardback? Paperback. I gotta go with paperback. I actually really prefer paperback to hardback because they're easier to hold, they don't hurt your hand when you're reading it. I just think they even look okay, and they're much cheaper. So, you know, there you go. 3, online or in-store buying? I'm gonna have to go, I buy more online because it's cheaper, but I'm gonna go with in-store purchasing because I just love the feel of going into a bookstore and looking around and finding what you want, coming across things you didn't even think you would want to read. I just love an actual bookstore, so I gotta go with that. 4, trilogies or series? I'm gonna go with trilogies. Well, yeah, probably trilogies. I think sometimes series can go on a bit too long for me. Sometimes I think they just drag out. So sometimes a trilogy is, you know, 3 books, that's it. I actually really like duologies too, so. That's my cat meowing if you're wondering, so sorry. Question 5, heroes or villains? Heroes. I know, I just gotta go with the heroes. I mean, I can appreciate a villain, and I do like a good, like a redeemable villain, but I still gotta go with the heroes. Heroes all the way. Number 6, a book you want everyone to read. I'm gonna go with The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Simmons. This is my favorite trilogy of all time. I love this series. I know it's kind of one of those polarizing series, you either love it or you hate it, it seems, but I love it. I read the first one in high school, I want to say. Maybe. It was a while ago now, and they are a dense read. I mean, they're thick, they're really tough material to get through. It's such a beautiful love story, and I just absolutely love this. So everyone needs to check this one. Number 7, recommend an underrated book. I'm gonna go with Alice in Zombieland by Gina Showalter. The series is a YA series. It's kind of a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, but with zombies. I love this series, and I feel like out of all of Gina Showalter's series, this one is kind of the most underrated of them, but I really, really enjoyed this. So if you're looking for something YA that's kind of fantasy but just in dystopian, but not like heavy or anything like that, definitely check out this series. It's super cute. There's a cute romance in it. Highly recommend. Number 8, last book you finished. Last book I finished was My Lady Jane by Ashton and Meadows. I don't have the dust jacket because I actually borrowed this from a friend a really long time ago, and I finally finished it so I can give it back to her. It was really cute. I'll talk more about it in my wrap up, but I did really enjoy it. And if you like historical fiction or historical fiction with like a twist on it and very funny writing, definitely check out My Lady Jane. Number 9, last book you bought. I bought 2 at the same time, so I'm gonna go with Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which is the last book in the Natural series. Oh, you guys know if you've watched any of my other videos, I am loving this series. I haven't read it yet. I'm kind of putting it off because I know it's gonna be good and I don't want it to end. So that one. And I also bought The Crowns of Crosswalds, which I think I saw on someone's Instagram or something like that, and I just love the cover. It's a YA fantasy, and it's new. It's the start of a new trilogy, I think, or series at least. I just absolutely thought it was so cool, and I really like the premise. It's about a girl who's kind of been kept away from magic and things like that, and it involves a school. Like, she goes to a school. Anything with a school setting with magic is always really entertaining, you know? So I haven't read this yet either, so I'll let you know. Number 10, weirdest thing you've used as a bookmark. I use all kinds of things. I will admit, especially on like mass market paperbacks, I do dog ear my pages. I do. But I'll use anything as a bookmark, you know, a lot of sticky notes, piece of paper, receipt, gum wrapper. Not picky, I'll use anything. Number 11, used books, yes or no? Yes. I love used books. I'd say probably half the books I own are used books. I've got a great used bookstore near me. I go there all the time. I just think it's great. I mean, you know, I like pretty books, but I think a book with a story behind it, especially I love collecting old books with inscriptions in them. From my favorite, I think is one, I have an old copy of Little Women from, I think it's from the early 1900s. And it has like a quote in it from her mom for Christmas. So cute. So I love old books. So used books. Yay. Number 12, top 3 favorite genres. Okay, romance, fantasy. I feel like there's a tie between like historical fiction and like dystopian type books. I'm less into dystopian now than I was when I was younger, and I do love a good historical, so maybe that's kind of cheating, but those romance, fantasy, and either historical fiction or dystopian. 13, borrow or buy. I'm gonna go with buy because I do really like buying books, but having said that, I do go to the library a lot, so I prefer to buy my books. If I lived in a world where I could have a billion of books in like a Beauty and the Beast library, I would, but I don't have that much room, so I do borrow a lot of mine. Number 14, characters or plot? Characters. I'm a character reader. I think that's why I love, it can have a kind of okay plot, but if I'm loving the characters, I will definitely keep reading either the book or the series. But if the characters are just not well developed, or I don't relate, or I can't empathize with them at all, I'm probably gonna not finish the book. So definitely characters for me. 15, long or short books? I'm gonna go with longer books, even though sometimes lately I haven't been gravitating towards them, but I'd say overall long books. You know, you get more meat in there, you get more world building, or if it's a romance, you get more storyline, plot line, you get to know your characters better, long book. Number 16, long or short chapters. Now this one I'm going with short chapters. I love short chapters. I think they just make the kind of the pacing go quickly. It makes you feel like you're reading a lot, even if you only have, you know, a half hour to sit down and read. And long chapters, just for me, drag the book along. I do not like long chapters. At number 17, name the first 3 books you think of. Okay, let's see. Okay, Jane Eyre, North and South, Gabriel's Inferno. I don't know why it was those 3. I don't know. Number 18, books that made you laugh or cry. Okay, well, I'm a big crier. I cry in books really easily. I cry in books and movies and TV and stuff way more than I cry about like personal things. Don't really know, but okay, so gosh, you can pretty much name anything, but The Bronze Horseman, sobbed during that, or that whole series. The Addicted series by Krista and Becca Ritchie, it was crying during that one. As far as laugh, the How to Date a Douchebag series is really funny. I find Jennifer Armentrout's like books and her dialogue really funny. That's all I can think of right now. 19, Our World or fictional world? I'm gonna go with Our World, but with like added parts of it. Like, for example, I love The Mortal Instruments. That's set in our world, but it has, you know, different kind of mystical or fantastical elements to it. So I think I'll prefer that, especially if it's like romance. I do prefer kind of Our World, but with added bonus. I do love fantasy, but I'm gonna go with Our World. Number 20, audiobooks, yes or no? Yeah, I like audiobooks. They're kind of expensive, but I have gotten better about getting them from like my library and things like that. So I do like audiobooks. I've been trying to get and listen to them more like on the way to work and stuff. 21, do you ever judge a book by its cover? Yeah, I do. I mean, I will say I've kind of gotten over it a little bit, because for a long time I would never pick up like the mass market paperback romance novels from the store because their covers are so kind of cringeworthy. But I have kind of started to get over it, because inside a lot of times is a really wonderful story that honestly has nothing to do with the picture. But I do still judge them, you know, but if you judge them, make sure you still read the blurb, because it might be a really good book. 22, book to movie or book to TV adaptation? I like them both. I'm gonna go with book to TV, because some of my absolute favorites have been book to TV adaptations, like Outlander. I actually kind of like Shadowhunters, the TV show. I like the TV show much better than the movie they did. I just think a lot of times you get more in depth because you have more time with TV shows. Number 23, a book, series, or book that you enjoyed the movie or TV show better than the book. I'm gonna go with Gossip Girl. This is kind of cheating because I never read the Gossip Girl books. I think I did try once, but I loved the TV show. It was definitely a good guilty pleasure TV show when it was on. So I don't think I'll ever read the books, but I do love the show. And number 24, series or standalones. I'm gonna go with series. Even with romance, I like it when there's like companion novels with it, or you get to like have multiple books with the same couple. I do like standalone sometimes, but I love investing myself into a character or a world, and I think you get that a lot more in a series. Okay guys, that was all the questions in the rapid fire book tag. I don't think I took too long, hopefully. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time in the next video. Bye!